So for today's video, we're going to be jumping into the PlayStation 5's SSD and why it'll be enough for a good chunk or most people. In this video, I'll be diving into 3 points to explain my point of view on this topic and hopefully calm some people down. First, let me know how much you guys think the PS5 verified expandable SSDs will cost. I've been hearing they'll cost probably between $200 to $300 minimum for a 1TB drive, but I'm wondering where you guys personally see them priced at. So comment below how much you think PS5 verified expandable SSDs will cost. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into today's video, the PS5's SSD. When Sony revealed the PS5's SSD was 825 gigabytes in size, I assumed that was all usable memory and the rest was for the OS or something along those lines. But I thought, why would the OS need 175 gigabytes of SSD storage? But we later found out that the 825 is the whole storage amount number, and then the internet went wild on that, comparing it to today's standard and how it's not enough for next gen games considering how big games are getting now. If you look at something like Modern Warfare, it's 150 gigabytes plus in size, which is insane, but next gen games and PS5's SSD tech will solve this issue. Which brings me to my first point: selective installs. I'm sure a good chunk of you have heard about this by now, but with the PS5 and PS5 games, you won't need to store the entire game on the hard drive. Say a next gen game is 50 gigabytes, and this will come into play with my second point, so wait for that. But say you have a game that's 50 gigabytes. It has a single player and multiplayer component, and to keep things simple, say the data required for each component is 50-50, which in reality ends up being 25 gigabytes after a few weeks, because you can play the single player and remove it and just have the multiplayer portion on the PlayStation 5 if you want to keep that, saving you so much space on the console. So in the case of Modern Warfare, and I just use this as an example because it doesn't support this feature as of now, obviously, say the campaign is 50 gigabytes. We all finished that in like 6 to 8 hours, basically knocking it out in the few first days. This means you could remove that and just use 100 gigabytes of space for the multiplayer portion of the game, but next gen games will be smaller, which brings me to my second point: duplication of data. One of the biggest problems with HDDs and game development is the read speeds. With a regular hard drive, a system has to seek, meaning look for the data needed on the disk drive, and then read it. This is obviously slow. So what is done for game development is duplicating data across the disk to make it faster to read data off the disk, because now instead of having the data on one part of the disk, it's stored in multiple areas and can be read from any one of them. But with SSDs, this issue is gone. With SSDs, seek times are instant, meaning duplication of data is not needed to decrease the seek time in PS5 games, which will in theory bring down the size of the overall game by a considerable amount, saving more space on your drive. And now we come to my last point, which is kind of 2 points: quick installs. One of the biggest features of the PS5's SSD capability is how fast it'll be able to install, with Sony teasing wait times as a thing of the past. But I personally will hold judgment until I see it myself. But going off of that, if you're someone with great internet, and I also have a solution for those who don't have great internet, so hold on for that. But if you're someone with great internet speeds, you honestly, in theory, can swap out between games pretty fast with the speed the PS5 and its SSD tech is bringing. Basically, by the time the download is done, the install will finish in seconds and you're in. But say you're someone who doesn't have fast internet speeds, you could still get a huge regular hard drive for cheap and cold storage the rest of those games and swap them into the SSD when you want to play them. And even then, if they're PS4 games, you can keep them on the regular hard drive and play them off of that if need be. This is all to say the 825 gigabytes of storage will be enough for most people. You won't need 20 games installed on your SSD at all times, and if you don't want to remove them, throw them in the regular external drive, and with fast install speeds you can swap between games really fast. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you have some rebuttals on what I said? Sound them off in the comments below, and let's basically discuss this. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now, I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with what's an install, because with what Mark Cerny's teasing for the PS5, it seems like installs will be a thing of the past. So if you're excited about that like I am, destroy the comment section with what's an install, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.